The Mavs can still make the finals. Don't think they will, but
100%.
it's on the table. It's on the table.
I agree.
I don't think there's that many teams in the West better than Dallas, fully healthy. I don't.
We had a conversation earlier.
Head to head, Dallas. The record might say they're like a 500 team. Head to head, you can't convince me that Memphis and Houston are better than Dallas, fully healthy.
Oh, no, don't bring us up.
Clippers, blah blah blah.
Lakers,
honestly, it might be like a top 3 to 4 teams.
I think they're the second best
2.
team in the West.
Yeah,
I think they're the second best team in the West. Yeah,
with Anthony Davis in this lineup, I'm loving this 2007-2008 Boston Logic more and more. I am.
I still think what's going to stop them from winning a championship is the fact that their 2 best players are number 2s. I kind of feel like
Kyrie can easily be a number 1 in the playoffs, though.
When have we seen that?
Play in the playoffs.
Well, he can have great games.
I think it comes down to how
40 alongside LeBron.
Kyrie can have great games, but he can't be every single game in the playoffs that lead guy.
A supplemental guy. That's what a number 2 is.
He does it in the playoffs, though. He does that in the playoffs.
Unless you have a team like Boston that's extremely stacked, you need that alpha dog number 1 on your team to win a championship, like a LeBron, like a Luka.
But what has Kyrie been doing? What was Kyrie doing in the playoffs last year and with LeBron? What was he doing?
Special. He had good games, but he wasn't. Come on, bro. Look at the numbers.
He was special. Yes, he was special.
I don't see. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see how Anthony Davis hasn't shown you enough in the postseason to where you can.
And Anthony
Mars,
Davis
how hasn't Kyrie showed you that in the playoffs?
Kyrie's not a number 1.
What does number 1 mean to you?
It's that alpha dog. I can go to you in a 7-game series, and you just win me the series, like a Luka, like an SGA, like a LeBron, like
Leonard.
a Jokic.
Leonard.
So Kyrie didn't do that when he was in Cleveland.
Right decision.
So Kyrie didn't do that in Cleveland?
He was the number 2 in Cleveland.
But he
wasn't number 1.
They went to him for the game winner. He was getting 40.
Okay, just
and also, by the way, Jordan, we're a year away from that being a decade ago. So he was in.
By the way,
last year, what was Kyrie doing?
Am I bugging?
He wasn't that special.
Davis not step up in the postseason. Am I bugging?
No,
I thought I was.
You're not bugging. You're not bugging.
Now I'm not with Anthony no more.
Apparently meant something for Kyrie. Let me go look at these numbers for Anthony Davis. Oh, he did.
You don't even have to look up the Mars. You don't have to look up
28 and 16 in the postseason last year.
Mars, you don't even have to look up the numbers. Just let's just go back and remember what we saw. Let's just go back and remember what we saw. Remember him dominating against the Trailblazers when they swept them, when they won the NBA championship in 2020. In 2021, when he got hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, Phoenix is out. Let's be clear about that right now. If he doesn't get hurt, Phoenix is out. The next year, they don't make the playoffs. He dominated that series in 23 against Memphis. Dominated. Kicked Jaren Jackson's ass. The only reason why they didn't, and he was the difference in that Warriors series. Right? He was the complete difference in that Warriors series.
So Anthony Davis history, right?
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching. But I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections in every single stat line imaginable to make your prize picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
We got his first ever playoff series. They lose to the Warriors. Anthony Davis averages 31.
He was awesome. Anthony Davis is an awesome postseason player.
2018 against the Blazers when I don't like the
you see that, Chill? That's why, my bad, Mars. I'm sorry. But that's why Mars has to go to the numbers because People only respect the numbers. Until casuals going through it, he was going to go ahead and just keep disrespecting Anthony Davis.
So
now when
Oh, I
the
know
numbers out
Anthony
there,
Davis is a good
Anthony
postseason
Davis
player,
was
but
amazing.
by the way,
He was
those guys are
2019
still.
last year.
Those
That's
guys
why
are number
I
2018
don't
2018 against the
like
Blazers.
the
Go ahead, Moss.
16 they were separated by like 1 game, I think. So it's
Mind you, Anthony Davis, mind you, he was awesome in those Pelican series. He's not the same player he was in 15.
That's cool.
No, I'm
Okay.
agreeing with you, Marcel. You can pull up the number. I'm just saying, he's also not the same player.
33 and 12 in that series. They then played the Golden State Warriors. He averaged 28 and 15.
Mars,
Then you got
whoa.
the
Stop right there, Mars.
2020
Rewind, Mars. Don't undersell that Portland series. He out-rebounded their whole front line
Not the
and
same
swept
player.
them out the
He
playoffs.
was
He
amazing.
destroyed them.
Of course, and then 2020 against Portland, 30 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, amazing. Then you got the 2020 series against Houston where he decimated them because they went
Destroyed them.
He averaged 25 and 12. Then you got the conference finals against the Nuggets. He averaged 31 a game. Then you got the NBA finals.
And he hit that big game
hit
winner.
that game winner in
over
game
Plumlee.
3,
Mhm.
game 4, game 3 or game 4.
Four.
Then you got the finals where some people say he could have been finals MVP. Arguable. I wouldn't mind the conversation. He averaged 25 and 11 in that series. Then you got the 21 series against the Suns where he got hurt and they lost that series inevitably. Anthony Davis only averaged 17 points. What a shame.
Had he
Then
not
you got
been
the
hurt,
20. Then you got the 2023 series against Memphis. Anyone remembers? He shut down Jaren Jackson in
destroyed him.
In those first couple
Shut
of
the
games
door on
against
him,
Phoenix.
Mars.
Yeah, he shut because I remember we was on the panel at the time. He shut down Jaren Jackson in that series.
Shut the door
Shut
on
down
him.
Memphis's offense. And then what was the conversation about Anthony Davis? He was too inconsistent offensively. That was the series where we would have 27 in one game, 13 the next game. Then he would have like 31. Then he would have like 11. And the conversation, despite the fact that Anthony Davis was once again the best player in that series, because he was inconsistent offensively, he was maligned for it.
And averaging 20 and 10, by the way.
The most impactful player in that series. But he only averaged 21 and 14. So very disappointing. Then you got that series against
Dwight
the
Howard
Warriors in
never
the
did
next.
that, by the way.
Then you got the series in the next rounds against the Warriors, where once again he was the best player in the series.
Destroyed them.
Shut down the Warriors' offense. His
Destroyed
ability to
them.
defend that Golden State pick and roll destroyed Golden State. He only averaged 21 and 14 though, so I guess it didn't move the needle.
Give me a
Offensively,
break, man.
he
What
just
we
wasn't good enough.
doing?
So we can ignore the fact that he is by far the best defender on the planet while these series are unfolding because he's not a number one because he didn't put up 27 a game. But
I'm
then
sorry.
against the Nuggets, the series they got
I don't
swept,
think
he
he's a
did
number
average
one.
27 and 14. But then I guess because he couldn't.
I don't think he's a number one.
I'm sorry that the
How
other
can you
dude
how
was
can you
better.
say how can you say that? How can you say
And
that?
then last year against the Nuggets, 28 and 16. But I guess Anthony Davis just in the postseason
And
just doesn't.
the other
step
dude
up
was
to a
just
level.
better. I'm sorry.
That is
Give
one
me
of
a
the
break,
5 best
man.
players
Anthony
on the
Davis.
planet. If Anthony Davis playing at a top 5 level in the playoffs every year somehow isn't enough, then I'm not gonna lie. There's like 3 players in the world good enough. Like I don't. What more does Anthony Davis have to do in the playoffs? He plays at a top 5 level every time he's in the postseason and healthy. Every single time. But that's not enough.
They should just win the finals then. Shit.
No,
They've
but that's
done
not the point.
He
That's not the
He
point.
won the finals.
Yeah,
By
I'm
the
just
way,
saying, like, yeah.
by the
Fellas.
way,
Like,
Fellas,
even
by the way.
you can't even be like, well, he hasn't won. Yes, he is.
yes.
Fellas,
And dominated, by the way,
pushing.
Mars, when he did it. And not just
Like,
not
what
just
more
when
can the guy
dominated.
give you? Like,
Give me
he's
a
the
break.
best
I'm not
defender
saying
on
he's
the
not a
planet
great playoff
every
performer.
single
I
time
know
in the
those numbers.
postseason.
How do I know those numbers? Because I watched all those series. I'm just saying I don't think he is the number one on like a championship team.
But it was arguable that he was number one on the championship team that he's won.
Nah, that was LeBron, bro. No, it was LeBron.
I mean, I guess
Hey, bro.
if we throw defense to the wayside, defense means nothing. Then sure, yeah, maybe he's never been the best offensive player on a championship team. That's cool. That's cool. This is why I don't. This is why I despise the number 1, number 2 logic. Because this is the same argument. I'd be like, well, Kevin Garnett can't be a number 1 because he's not the best offensive player. So what's the value of being the best defender on the planet? Like, what is the value? It just means nothing because you're a bit flawed offensively.
It doesn't mean more than averaging
Is the,
28 a game,
so a
Mars.
player
It
who's
doesn't.
really good offensively, but can get mismatch hunted to hell on defense. That's cool. They're a number 1. But the guy who's the best defender on the planet changes series single-handedly year after year in the postseason. But because they aren't a tier 1 playmaker, they can't be a number 1 on a championship team. Like, what more do you want from Anthony Davis? He gives you the best defense of anyone in the league. He's an uber efficient scorer, one of the best play finishers in the NBA. He plays off of perimeter players at such a high level. He also offers that mid-range spot-up shooting. He offers that pick-and-pop game. He offers the face-up and the post-up game. But because he only averages 2 assists, he can't be a number 1. Like, what more do you need to see from Anthony Davis to acknowledge that he's not only been one of the 5 best players on the planet in the postseason year after year, but him being that good defensively, you could argue he was the best player on the 2020 Lakers. Even if you don't say that, you won't deny he was one of the 3 best players on the planet. in
I love
2020.
AD. Trust me.
So
It's-
what more
it's
does he
those
have to
moments-
do to be like, oh,
it's
but he's
those-
not a
it's
number
the
one.
moments where-
but Luka and SGA, oh yeah,
it's
they're
the
just
moments
number one.
where-
Like,
It's the moments where gotta have it. Luka Doncic, please save me. I don't
okay,
think
so
you
what
can
about
get that from
Anthony Davis
Anthony
saving the
Anthony
game
Davis.
on
Davis
defense?
supposed to be the casual. What are you
So
talking
what? No,
about?
but what? So if Anthony Davis saves the game on defense, what is he?
It's not one shot. I'm saying like down the stretch, I need
Down
your
the stretch,
offense
if Anthony
here,
Davis,
here,
when
here,
Anthony
here.
Davis puts
That's what I can
teams
get from
on
Luka
5
Doncic.
minute
I don't think I
scoring
can get that from
single-handedly,
Anthony
what
Davis
is
and
that?
Kyrie Irving.
Okay, that's
But
so
Kyrie
bad.
Irving literally did that for
No,
Cleveland.
because I'm. This is a genuine question. When Anthony Davis single-handedly can put teams on 5 minute scoring droughts in the fourth quarter, what is that? If that's not saving you, is it
That's
because he's
saving
not
the game.
getting you 12 points in the process? If Luka Doncic can go on a run by himself on offense and take over a game in the fourth quarter, and we acknowledge that he's amazing. If Shea can do that, we acknowledge that he's amazing. What is it on defense when Anthony Davis can stop teams from scoring single-handedly? Does
Hey,
that
Ox.
not have the same value to you?
Hey, Ox, it don't sound like Dallas lost the trade to me. That's what it don't sound like. I'm just saying.
Short term, they didn't.
It
Short
don't
term, they
sound
didn't.
like that.
Where's the answer to my question?
It does not. It does not sound like Dallas lost the trade to me.
Short term, they didn't.
Where's
But
the
Mars,
answer
but
to the
Mars,
question?
Big
Mars,
Chill,
to answer your
you
question,
got
we're
to
gonna
be
take
careful out here.
same
Chill. You
time.
got to be
Hey,
careful.
Ox,
Mars, to
I'm
answer your
careful.
question, Mars, to answer your question, it is the exact same thing. It is the exact same thing. It's just based off of what a person wants to value. But it's the exact same thing because just because he doesn't do it on offense, he's pretty much doing it on offense. He's just doing it from a defensive perspective because defense is going to generate offense in the playoffs. And that's why I'm saying I don't believe that Anthony Davis has to be the offensive player that you think he has to be because he's so valuable on defense. Even though he can do it on offense, but him, like Mars said, him holding down another team offense for 5 minutes, and he can't do that. Their best player. That is yes. That they are. To me, they are part of being the favorites because they have the ability to, and then they have a player, and it's not gassing them up. That's what they do. Then they have a player like Kyrie Irving, who's a better closer in the NBA than Kyrie Irving.
Who is a better closer in the game than Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving.
I mean,
It's a few you could say. It's a few.
Ain't no few. Ain't no
I mean,
few.
Kyrie's a great option. I just don't like the number one logic in general because it seems to just disregard the defensive value.
Of
guys
course.
like Anthony Davis, of guys like Tim Duncan, of guys like Kevin Garnett. Like, I just think that that's relevant. Like, we can value being able to go get a bucket in a tie game, 5 minutes left, but there's just as much value on stopping teams from scoring in a tie game in 5 minutes.
100%.
So
100%.
if you're, however you're helping your team win, it's the exact same thing. A Dallas Mavericks offense with Luka was able to close games out offensively because of how special Luka is.
Yeah.
But a Dallas Mavericks team with Anthony Davis might not be as good offensively, but can put teams on major scoring droughts because of how good Anthony Davis is on defense. You're getting the same thing just on different sides of the ball. So what makes one a number one and one not a number one?
Mars, do
But
you mean
Mars,
like-
that's why and that's why I got Scottie Pippen top 10.
I didn't know where you was going with this.
as you were saying, Ron?
All right, y'all.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.